안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Friday's edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-hwa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture and stay up to date with K-pop, K-movies, K-classes, K-everything. And before you know, you'll be booking your flight to Korea. For today's show, we're joined by my co-host Walter Lee. Happy Friday, Walter.
Happy Friday, Sola, and happy Friday, everyone out there. Now make sure you stay around for the K-Enter News.
And we're also joined by our news features reporter Park Gun-woo. Happy Friday to you as well.
Happy Friday to all of you. And everyone, hi everyone, I'm Park Gun-woo. I'm back again with some more fun news.
All right, now Gun-woo, I kind of tried to give a hint in the opening before when I said K-classes, but that doesn't say much, so please tell us, what is your coverage about?
Yeah, so this week I went to a place called Seoul Culture Lounge where foreigners can actually take single session classes to experience and enjoy all those Korean culture classes for free. And so for free is the important part. But before I tell you more, why don't we take a closer look at all those fun experiences that you can enjoy at the site.
Experiencing Korean culture to the fullest for free. This is possible thanks to one-day classes taking place regularly at Seoul Culture Lounge in Central Seoul that's been open since June this year. Here, foreigners living in or just visiting South Korea have a chance to savor their favorite type of Korean culture, from K-pop and K-beauty to traditional culture. Once a month, Seoul Culture Lounge holds a special class, and for November, it's Taekwondo, Korea's national sport. On this day, around 20 foreigners, registered on a first-come, first-served basis, had the opportunity to learn techniques and even how to spar.
I received the same uniform that's given to the participants for free as part of the one-day class. What usually takes about several weeks to master, this class allows you to be quite proficient in Taekwondo techniques that you've learned in just 1 hour. Check this out. Yup! Ha! Ha!
Foreigners were able to learn more quickly thanks to the class being taught in English with the help of an interpreter.
So you get the chance to, try the sport yourself, and then it was nice to learn from an actual master, of course. Yeah, so it was fun.
It was a really good experience. I loved it. It's completely different than just visiting the country. Like we can do a total new experience, but I never did before. So.
Alongside the special classes, regular classes are also other options. Those classes include learning the latest Korean slang while watching K-dramas and movies, and coloring frames with traditional palace designs.
Like other programs where you can do art or creative things, and sometimes you have to pay a lot of money. So to get to do really cool art for free is something that I really like.
Over 8,000 foreigners from 78 countries visited this place already. They look very happy and say they will brag to their friends about their experiences after returning to their homes.
With several popular classes already underway, the Seoul Tourism Organization plans to keep opening more intriguing classes down the road.
Wow, great Taekwondo techniques there, Gun-woo.
Well, like you know what you're doing.
I wish we could see you here in action, Gun-woo against Walter.
Well, no, I saw how he kicked. I think he's going to be the winner.
I think so too. But Gun-woo, how did you enjoy the class? And also, can you recommend some other classes that are being held there at the Seoul Cultural Lounge?
Yeah, so first of all, about the Taekwondo class, it was actually my first time doing Taekwondo ever since high school.
Oh, ever since high school.
Yes.
Not your very first time.
Yeah, not my first time, but still I thought it would be a little too tough. And also I did receive a certificate for Taekwondo back then, but still I'm now rusty and everything. So
Don't say rusty in front of us.
Apologies. So that's why I thought it would be too challenging. But after some practice, I got back into the swing of things right away, and I really enjoyed it. And now about some recommendations. There are several popular classes, including personal color analysis, which is really popular among Koreans these days, and also the face shape analysis, which tells you what kind of clothes that matches your face shape. Wow. And then the K-pop choreography class is also popular, which allows participants to enjoy the class and learn all those moves and then shoot your own Instagram reels afterward.
Nice.
Well, I think I'm already convinced into going. So where do we register exactly? And because I'm ready to register straight away.
Yes, so Walter, you must register at Seoul Culture Lounge's official website, which you'll be able to see on the screen in just a moment. And then registration begins 3 weeks before the class starts. So for example, if the class is for today, the registration would have opened on Friday 3 weeks ago. And then the registration officially ends 24 hours before a class starts, but classes usually fill up 1 or 2 days after the registration opens due to its popularity. But as there might be some no-shows, it's worth contacting via direct message on social media or just visiting the site to see if there's a class that you really want to take but didn't sign up for. On the day I visited, there were 3 vacancies for Taekwondo, and they were filled out right away with the people who didn't sign up earlier.
So first comes first. But Konu, are these classes only open to foreigners?
Basically, yes, but technically, if a Korean accompanies a foreign friend, they can actually take the class for free as well.
Oh, that's great news. And I heard there are also other things that you can enjoy there at the lounge apart from the classes.
Yes,
what can we do
absolutely. So there are tons of things you can enjoy at the site. For example, there's a karaoke where you can sing and film yourself while you're singing.
Oh, that's something for me.
Yes, I will strongly recommend it for you because especially you can select your own virtual background while filming your video that's related to Korean culture.
So it's just like a personal music video.
Oh, that's
way of
correct.
putting it.
That is correct. Yes, a better explanation, I guess. So you can actually shoot your own music video and the music in the booth. And there's also a souvenir shop at the first floor that sells all those cool stuff, including merchandise from collaborations with art companies, including the one that made Blackpink's Coachella stage outfit. Also, if you buy a t-shirt or water bottle from that store, you can personalize it with your handwriting printed out on a separate paper. And one more tip is if you take the free one-day class, you can receive a certificate which allows a 10% discount at the shop.
So Konu, where are our souvenirs?
Yes, I'm waiting for them.
It's actually in my... Oh, I left it. I left it
Your
at my
coverage
desk.
was a great souvenir.
Oh, thank you so
itself,
much.
Yes. So thank you very much, Konu, for that. Looking forward to other fun stories in the near future.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Konu.
Thanks.
And now time for K-Entertainment News with Walter Lee. Walter, we start off on a very happy note because we have some very happy news regarding Jin from BTS.
Yes, anything from Jin makes us very happy. Now, for those fans out there, don't go anywhere until this is finished because as of 2 p.m. today, 2 p.m. on Friday, the BTS member Jin released his solo album called Happy, as you mentioned. So Jin named the album Happy because he was, while making it, trying to explore his inner happiness or his true happiness, which, you know, I guess this is a great way of trying to express how you feel at the time. Now, it includes 6 tracks. Some of the tracks include Running Wild. We've mentioned I'll Be There before, and also Another Level, just to name a few of those tracks. Now, when he felt about how he feels to release his very first album by himself, he said it feels great to actually release an album under his name rather than BTS. I'm sure he still loves the BTS name, but under his own name he felt really good, and he hopes anyone who's listening to it will hopefully feel happy.
I can't wait to listen to the song after the show and also to become happier after listening to it. But
Right.
Walter, I heard that Jin will make his solo debut on a very special show.
A very, very important special show for him. Yes, the artist will promote his new album on the very popular American late night show called The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. Now, Fallon released on his YouTube channel a sneak teaser of Jin's upcoming appearance on the show, which is scheduled for November 20th.
That's going to be fun because BTS, the group itself also was on that show before.
Yes,
so
they
this
were.
time Jin is going to receive all the spotlight.
Yes, he is.
And now we're going to have the spotlight on another boy group releasing their 11th album or a mini album.
Yes, 8 members of the group ATs are very excited because they are about to release, or they released the 11th mini album. They had a press conference at the Lotto Hotel in Jamsil in Southeast Seoul to celebrate the release of it, called Golden Hour Part 2. Now this comes after Golden Hour
Part 1.
Exactly, which was released in May, which actually reached #2 in the Billboard 200 chart. That's a great feat. So, most notable track to come off the album is a track called Ice on the Teeth, or My Teeth, sorry, which delivers a message about the harmony between things that may not seem compatible at first, because obviously ice on your teeth is not compatible at all. But during the press conference, their members told media outlets that they gained a lot of experience during their US tour and also festivals, and adding that they want this new album to be some of their old stuff, but mixed in with something fresh as well.
Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. We have an update related to New Jeans following their ultimatum to management agency Adore. Now we hear from some action that former Adore CEO Min Hee-jin took.
Yes. So I've got a lot of information here. So on Thursday, multiple media outlets reported that former Adore CEO Min Hee-jin officially gave notice of her intention to exercise what's called a put option. Now on her Adore shares, these are valued at around 26 billion Korean won, which turns out to be around 18.5 million US dollars. Earlier this month she did. Now, anyone who doesn't know, a put option is a contract that gives the owner the right to sell an underlying security at a set price before an expiration date. Now, with this put on extension, Min is estimated to receive that 26 billion Korean won. However, obviously, HYBE is likely to refuse fulfilling this contract until it goes to court. Because around the contract termination of her contract, So regarding the matter of Adore responded to on Thursday, they said that we received the certification of contents this morning and are currently reviewing it. Now, Adore also addressed the issue with New Jeans, because New Jeans seems to be in the middle of the situation as well. And this was also on the subject of Min Hee-jin, saying, "We understand the specific requests and we will make effort to resolve the issue wisely and continue working with the artist meaning New Jeans. Yes, now regarding the ongoing issues, New Jeans have also spoken out. In particular, Honey indirectly shared her feelings on the New Jeans fan communication platform called Phoning, saying, "Don't worry about us. I think we're each reaching an important stage in our lives, and it just so happens that these times coincide for us." So obviously some bad timing for the band. Now, at the moment, if you're not aware, New Jeans have threatened to cancel their contracts with Adore in a legal notice on Wednesday within 14 days. A number of requests were made, and one of which is the reinstatement of Min.
Which means we now have 12 days until that span ends. So please keep us updated on those news.
Will do.
And thank you for that.
See you soon.
And now time to go over to our AI anchor Ari for other culture-related news.
Welcome to the Culture Wave AI News. Here's our first story of the day. The largest international gaming exhibition in Korea, G-Star 2024, has kicked off at Bexco in Busan, marking its 20th anniversary. This year's event is the biggest yet, drawing long lines of eager fans trying to catch an early glimpse of upcoming game releases. Over 1,300 game companies from 44 countries are participating, including domestic heavyweights like Nexon and Netmarble, as well as key global gaming giants. The world's largest digital distribution platform for video games, Steam, is also joining the event for the first time. The gaming extravaganza will run through Sunday. The National Museum of Korea is presenting a dedicated exhibition for the Waegyu Uigwe, which returned home from France in 2011 after 145 years. These Uigwe are royal records from the Joseon dynasty that document significant events like weddings and funerals. Nearly 300 Uigwe volumes are displayed on rotation, along with a digital Uigwe that allows visitors to browse the records themselves. The exhibition room is designed to resemble the original Waegyu Royal Library, enriching the experience of viewing these invaluable records within their historical context. The popular K-drama series Tongmyeon, The Star is Born, has brought attention to gukguk, or traditional Korean opera, in response to the growing interest in gukguk. The Korea Heritage Agency has organized a special performance featuring legendary Korean opera singers from the 1960s as well as emerging talents. Set for December 3rd at the Seoul Folk Theater Pungnu. The event will include talk sessions with renowned opera singers Hong Song-deok and Ho Suk-ja, followed by a performance of Sona Princess, an iconic traditional musical that was widely loved from the post-war period through the 1960s. And that's all from me. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.
What do IU, Suji, Kwonnara, and Im Siwan have in common? They are K-pop idols or former idols that have proven they are just as good on screen as they are on stage. It's become more and more common for K-pop stars to double as actors. Today, we want to talk about rising multi-entertainers and the latest movies that feature them. For that, we connect live to filmmaker and professor at Seoul Institute of the Arts, Jae Seo. Hello, Professor Seo.
Hello, Professor.
Hi, nice to be here. But sorry I'm not there in person.
Oh, no problem, Professor. Now, it's not unusual anymore to see K-pop stars actively taking roles in the movies, big and small, and they are doing a great job. So how do you explain this trend?
Well, it's kind of a timeless trend in a way, because before K-pop, many international singers and entertainers made the shift from their live acts to movies. So you can go back all the way to the first sound movie, which is called The Jazz Singer, 1927, featured a vaudeville singer named Al Jolson. So the first movie was about basically sort of an idol star in its day. And, you know, you have Elvis and Elvis Presley, who made a lot of movies, actually. He's known as a singer. And also nowadays we have stars like Madonna, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Justin Timberlake, that are famous as actors as well. So K-pop stars who are basically world famous with huge fan bases could prolong their careers by moving into acting in movies and series on streaming. So you listed IU, Suzy, Im Siwan. They're huge actors in movies and in television series. For example, IU is multi-talented in many movie genres like comedy, drama, romance, and movies like Dream Broker, Hotel Del Luna, You Are the Best. And nowadays it seems like K-pop has taken sort of the BTS one-source multi-use model, which uses media and social media as a expansive storytelling system for the star system. So basically, K-pop idols can generate endless content by moving around in different platforms other than music.
Yes, and how is the movie industry being impacted from K-pop acts' involvement? Like, is it a positive impact? Are there any possible downsides at all?
Well, the most positive impact is actually the money, the profits that the producers and the production companies and the distributors make. They know that K-pop stars have a huge fan base, and they'll show up to the movie, the TV series. So basically, the problem with a lot of Korean movie actors is that there's only a few of them that are really famous around the world. So. Most of these actors, that we know, like Lee Byung-hun, they're booked for like years with different movies and content. So they have to kind of look to another well. And it happens to be that, K-pop stars already a known commodity. So, if they want to act, they will always be welcomed by investors of movies and people that produce the movies. But the negative aspect of it is that I don't want to name the older K-pop stars, but their first acting jobs were, let's just say, not the best. So the fan base of the movie side was sort of criticizing sort of the bad acting that a lot of the K-pop stars initially had. But that is now changing.
We're going to actually touch upon that issue once more. But first off, let's now talk about the K-pop artists appearing in recently released movies.
Right. There's a movie that is coming out. It's come out. It's called 아메바 소녀들의 학교 괴담. Sorry, I don't know the English title, but it stars Wiki Mickey's Kim Do-yeon and also IZ*ONE's Kim Min-ju. And this is a story. It's basically sort of a ghost story in a sense, or a horror film. But it's about basically a student, and it's set in high school. One of the students, played by Kim Do-yeon, wants to be a movie maker, and then she discovers this videotape, and in the tape there's all this material sort of that haunts them, and they realize there's a ghost inside the school. And basically Kim Min-ju from IZ*ONE, it's her first acting role, but she comes out as a deaf swimming student. So it's kind of an exciting sort of deal. And also there's a movie called 4분 44초, that's 4 minutes and 44 seconds. I think I mentioned it in the last time I was on the show. And that one is a collection of horror movies. There's 8 of them. They're about 5 minutes long. Hence the title 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So this one has just a lot of actors. We have, Ripley's Yoo Ji-hye, Shiny's Onyu, Io, I can't say this right, IEOIE, Im Na-young. So all these stories are sort of featuring mostly K-pop stars, along with sort of movie actors in their roles, sort of either starting or, it's their sort of next role since their first debut. That incidentally, the 2 films are about the horror genre.
I especially found it very impressive, Kim Min-ju, in her acting in Hear Me, Our Summer, or Cheongseol, because I wasn't really sure. Is she an actress that I never saw before? But she was actually an idol group member. So in that case, it really shows, if you can't differentiate them from K-pop stars and actors, that really shows that they are really great in what they are doing. Now, Professor So, which actor or actress do you believe has potential to really make it big as a film personality?
Well, I'm going to get in trouble right now because of the fan base that's there. But basically, the people that I already mentioned in the beginning, I think, I think one of the best actors is actually IU and Bae Suji. So, IU, basically, she's been in so many different sort of series, and she kind of cut her teeth in acting by acting in a lot of shows on television. So I would say, like, Vagabond was a big series, Startup, Anna, and the movie also Ashfall, and these are movies that, like, basically, she cut her teeth. And IU is really, what I found is there's a movie called Broker, where she plays sort of a teenage like girl that's pregnant and in trouble, and I found her acting to be really amazing. Bae Suji is somebody who I really I like her, basically her as an idol star, but then she really surprised me in a movie called Architecture 101. And that was a movie with many different actors. She was like one of the first idol stars to be in this kind of big movie, but she really held her own. And she basically is in a lot of, series. I kind of mentioned the wrong star with IU, but she's in, Startup, Anna, Vagabond. Also, she was in the movie Ashfall in Wonderland, which was really amazing. And then we have also from 2 p.m. Taehyun, And he's a rapper, and he started with Cinderella's Sister, and I like him in Vincenzo, which is like a global, famous series. He's also done historical dramas like Hansan, the Rising Dragon, and the Heartbeat series. And then we have the best-looking Cha Eun-woo, from Astro, and he's actually started acting in 2014, I think. And basically, his big thing is My ID's Gangnam Beauty and True Beauty. And so, not only is he a good-looking guy, but he's actually a pretty good actor.
He is. So regardless of the fan base, Professor So, I think many would have to agree with you on their acting skills. Speaking of acting skills, transitions from singer to actor existed in the past, as you mentioned before, but so did controversies surrounding their acting capabilities. So that seems to be a thing of a past, as idols are being actually praised for their acting skills. Why is that?
Well, with the first, I guess, group of idol stars that kind of made the switch to the big screen, most K-pop stars are trained for the live stage. And it's really choreographed. They really rehearse it to death, and they, of course, do music videos and things like that. But they're not really used to the screen. And screen acting is very different from stage acting. There are many elements that you could bring over, but you're very limited by the rectangular screen. You can only act in certain areas, for example. So basically, these actors started out sort of adjusting to the screen. But now it seems like this new generation of idol stars are being trained not only to be great as singers and entertainers and dancers, but also to act in front of the camera, which is itself a sort of a new style of acting. And, there's many famous actors, we call it the method and things like that. But I think, what we really notice is basically you could transfer from the stage where you're given all these instructions to move your body to make yourself look good, and you could easily do that naturally on the screen, which you basically have to kind of tone down a lot of the the sort of the entertaining that you're doing, but it's possible.
Interesting.
Yes, and what is your projection in regards to the future of idols, actors entering the movie industry? And are we going to see an increase and the competition become more fierce, you would say?
Yeah, I think it's very bright, actually, because of all the idol stars I mentioned today. They're sort of like kind of breaking the fold in the sense that I think now, basically people that are fan bases for movies and, OTT series, they didn't really take these idol stars that seriously, but they're starting to really notice that they're really good actors. So, in fact, some of the movie audiences are going over to watch their singing, on stage as well. So it's kind of an interesting mix of the two fan bases. But I think it's also, we're also like multiplied, infinitely by the fact that these stars are already international stars all around the world. And now Korean cinema, because of, the Oscar-winning Parasite, is now watched very seriously by all moviegoers around the world. So it kind of like really enlarges the fan base of these people. And I think, idol stars, I think, are really basically designed to be in their 20s, maybe pushing it up to their 30s. And afterwards, they're kind of replaced by the new generation of idol stars. So I think if they make the successful jump to the screen, their careers could go until, basically they're in their old ages.
Wow, we could go on with this interesting topic for hours, but unfortunately, that's the time we have. Professor So, thank you very much for your insights today.
My pleasure.
And that brings us to the end of today's program. Thank you, Walter. As always, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, So. See you soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour and week with us on the Culture Wave. I wish you a great weekend and hope you join us again next week, Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. Korea time.